The entire House of Assembly, the entire chamber of the House of Assembly was bombed and currently under lock and keys. So that means there's going to be some dramas to look out for, Niabi. So you should pay attention to that. Still in the same river states, at least that we are there. So let's kind of stay a bit, all right? So here is what the supposed NAFDAC found. It's called unregistered bakery. Look around. And I know that this is something that is not new to a lot of you. If you have been to bakeries in Nigeria, so unhygienic, right? But yet, some of us survived anyway.
Look around you, the temple today quite interesting, and I don't know about all right, you know what? She said she's good and she's fine. How true is this? Every time we tell.
What's the name? The Flourish. The Flourish? You said your name?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Sunday in case you don't want to do that, but in case you also the run from sun, you can move to Dubai.
Illegal bakery. We don't give a damn about cleanliness, hygiene. I bet you there are tens of thousands of such scattered all over Nigeria. So yeah, that was NAFDAC going after them, as you saw in that video. So when we leave Delta, we decide to, we leave Rivers and we decide to stop at Delta somewhere. Here is the news I found around the place. A young man has been arrested for killing his own lover, Sugarmummy, because of 100,000 naira. Now, this is his story to the police in Delta. Watch.
What is your name?
Nah, Apovita.
Apovita who?
Apovita school.
You are from where?
From Ugele, Towoto.
Okay, the woman, Glory, Akpaku, who is she to you?
Okay. It's my friend for breaking them.
What kind of friend is she to you?
Okay. With the in the say sometimes they come make sometimes no call to so kind of things.
Don't waste my time. What kind of friend is she to you? You get what you tell us before. What kind of friend is she to you?
At the last arm.
You the last arm?
At the last arm, and say make a borrow, make a gather money for your hand. Say if you do finish, you go give me the money. When the time when you start telling me the money now, you not call give me the money. You call verse.
How much be the money?
100,000.
Oh yeah, continue.
You call verse. Before you come, verse go inside. Before I call waka command, you call come back for early morning around 4 o'clock. Say make I cut a go market. I come see maybe you go tell me say make I maybe before you go come for market, maybe you go give me the money. I thought okay, no problem. As they go now, I thought that's okay. I go tell you Peking. It's okay if I tell you Peking, you not go give me the money again. Then I call your destination, waka follow and go front. Those of the I call using knife. What you want to take body and take sugar.
Okay, at what point did you stab her? When she was already going?
When they going?
You stab her from front or from back?
Now, two neck, I take sugar.
Was she backing you or facing you?
You're not facing me, backing me.
You stab her from back? How many times you stab her?
3 times.
3 times. Where and where and where?
neck and hand and belly.
You stab her for neck, for hand, and her stomach. Okay. So how do you feel now?
I call the regret.
How many children do you have?
Only one.
If somebody tell you, say somebody do this to your pikin, how will you feel?
I will feel
You will feel what? Eh?
I say na devil work. Oh.
Na devil work. Okay.
Nuisance lele.
See? Na devil work. I hope all of you single women or single mothers, even married women who are a little bit, be careful. Oh. Be careful. As it is in Nigeria, you have a country where, it's a country of mad people as we speak right now, where people can do a lot of crazy things. Just be very careful. And if you are traveling in any part of Eastern Nigeria, okay, and you do not really like all those police checkpoints, right? So from the news, you said that the Tinubu's government, they have renovated the rail line that passed through the Eastern Nigeria. It's a single one, and they have put coaches on it as well. If you don't like police harassment on the streets, would you like to kind of hop on this? Would you? This is to, number one, there's something I want you to see in this, okay? Remember, I've told you before that this is a fact, a researched and verifiable and verified fact, that in Nigeria, since 1970, after the genocidal war of Nigeria governments, successive governments in Nigeria, they have not carried out a successful project, not single project of the federal government of Nigeria has been, started or completed in any part of Igbo land in the last 50 years. Shocking? Maybe not shocking. Yeah, you've seen a few places where they will say, oh, they are upgrading the railway. They taught them to do a carriageway. Oh, they are buying new coaches from China. They are borrowing money in your name as Nigerians. So everybody, today, Nigeria is so indebted that if they begin to share the debt of Nigeria based on population, every Nigerian, including the Igbos, right, they will be owing at least 600,000 naira each. But out of all the money they borrowed in the name of Nigeria, there is no single penny of that money that has been spent in Eastern Nigeria for the past 50 years. You can go and, I'm here for you to counter me. Please counter me. Tell me any major projects that you can possibly tell me in Eastern Nigeria? Anyone? Well, anyway, there was this old rail track, okay? So when they were looking into how to do rail upgrade across Nigeria, they did not mark Eastern Nigeria. But when people started complaining, so they decided that, okay, you know what? Can you even believe that trains don't go to Eastern Nigeria for years? Can you even believe that? Right. Now, if you don't like police checkpoints anywhere in any part of Eastern Nigeria and you want to be safe, you can choose which one, on the road or on the train, because Nigerian government just gave them one train now in Eastern Nigeria.
Na lekwa na ahụ anyị atọ na South East. Lekwe tren aka na-use na Nigeria. Ihe awa aba. Hey. Na Ọtọ. Lekwe malaga ahụ. Ihe ahụ tren a na-akpọ ịkpatara m ịkpata gị ụla ịkpatara m ịkpata gị ụla. Mmadụ atala ahụ
Ola, that's like saying, you know, like that. That is the trend for Eastern Nigeria in 2024. So, and it is all intentional, by the way. I just wanted to know that it's all intentional. And that is why I don't even understand why any Igbo person would be like hating on that idea of Biafra or so. Like you may not even want to be part of Biafra per se, but you should never really mock it. Ever. It's unfortunate. And some of you are self-hating Igbos yourself. So I come from a place where we are very loud. I mean, yeah, you can call us any names, and sometimes, okay, we can say, you know, the criminals representing us, okay, the way we kind of like call them out and the rest, all right? But still, we're still able to kind of, you know, push for a few things that could give them a bit of a leverage or so. About 54 years. Come on. That's so much enough for you to know that Nigeria is not for you. Nobody needs to kind of say that to you. Nobody needs to, you should just sit down and be like, oh, man, what exactly is, what are we doing in part of this contraption for real? Like, I mean, I'm not in your shoes, so I probably would never be in your shoes. But the little one that we are in, we are already so exhausted and we are only waiting for an opportunity that will, I mean, that will actually really shock a lot of naysayers. Because when we finally go and, calm down on these roads, it's going to be something that has never been seen before. But to underdevelop a region so intentionally, and it is so hidden from the rest of Nigeria that a different rhetoric is being sold. Different rhetoric is being sold. So probably a few days ago anyway. So yesterday night, what is his name? Onofunuga Bayo, that a 70-year-old special PA on Twitter, Matata Tiknumbu, was on social media and he called Peter Obi, he called him Peter Obi. And he said he's an embittered person for always condemning Tiknumbu's government. Instead of saying condemning Tiknumbu, they say he's demarketing Nigeria. So he now called him Peter Obi. The Obidients responded, as usual. You know, they are the kind of guys that if you throw them lemon, they will make lemonade, they say. Abi? If you throw them sugar and cane, they will turn it to sugar cane ahead. So it has been between them and Bayo Onofunuga since last night when he called Peter Obi. So immediately they responded. First, they produced a cure for what they called lambaculosis, bigotry fever, Obi-8 syndrome, OHS, and other oral bacteria like all the bad starts. But they said if the symptoms persist, and Onofunuga, a 70-year-old baby, is right here on the bottom. On the other parts, so those who can't get cured by that, you can try the one on the right. So it was such a, look at this one. They said this one called beta Obi or Obi beta. They said that one cures this treatment for renewed shege, criminality, corruption, Bulaba syndrome, Ronu and bigotry tendencies, insecurity, Naira dollar palava, etc. Warning, not to be sold to those who like their shege, like voluntary slaves who love it. So these are just like the obedient, like pushing back. They even designed what beta Obi should look like. And according to them, this is more healthier and it can clean your entire system. of all of the yama of the APC, including your brains. Anyway, this is just like on social media where they are all like pushing themselves, and it's been like fire for fire. Then suddenly, one of the Agbadorians decided to go a little bit extra. And in that aspect, he just shot himself on the foot. What did they do? First, they decided to make a caricature ad, AI generated ad, that is artificial intelligence generated ad of Obi, so as to make him look God knows what, ugly. Immediately they put that on social media. The Obidients, they decided to go and look for the picture on the right is not AI generated or native number real image with that. Do you understand that now, right? So they decided to compare both, and to them they are like, Omo, on our design of B to be like this is even better than your ancestor, kind of. Okay. Before we know it, these things happen, and there's a reason why you are watching this. Okay, just so you know that if they tell you that the Obidients are dangerous, it is because they cannot be beaten by using propaganda. Usually APC, see Tifnumbu and his gang, they will lie on you. They will grandstand. They will even speak lies against you with so much confidence. They will repeat it and repeat it until everybody will begin to sort of believe it. So for the first time, Peter Obi, the luckiest guy in this case, right, in this matter, has met the most organized Nigerians who are all out, fire for fire, propaganda for propaganda with APC. And because of this, APC now see them as a threat to Nigeria, not to them, or not to APC, but threat to Nigeria. And this is why. So somebody wanted to push it further to make Obi look further ugly. Decided to put a tribal mark on his face by, in return, disgracing or trying to embarrass the Yorubas. Because what is this? Obi is not Yoruba. Obi is Igbo. Now you, in your effort, trying to smear him and all that, you decided to smear our supposed traditional tribal marks. Something that makes us beautiful, right? Supposedly, so they wanted to look bad. You know what the Obidients did? Obidients were like, okay, that's fine. Instead of you mocking the Yorubas with the tribal mark, let's make him a proper Yoruba. They put a cap on his head, and they started asking their friends on social media to give Peter Obi a fine Yoruba name. All of this were kickstarted by the Abobakuso, the Facebook bandit, social media artsmen, all because, according to them, this Obi continues to expose the incompetence, inefficiency of Tifnumbu, and they want to mock him. In the process, they decided to try and disgrace the Yorubas because they do not really have any. These criminals have told you, when they are telling you that if you are defending Tifnumbu is to defend Yoruba, the reason why you have to stand up is because Tifnumbu is Yoruba. These guys don't give a damn about Yoruba. They have no single respect for the Yoruba people. Even though they are Yorubas, they have no respect. Rather, they would love to see your mothers queue up like this, collecting branded spaghetti from politicians. And they would love to see this than see your mothers, your fathers enjoy their retirement without having to beg. They do not love Yoruba. And I hope a lot of you will understand this soon enough. That is what they want for our people. And according to them, it's okay. I mean, it's okay if they steal from them, steal their future, steal everything from them and come back and give them a peanut and pennies. That is the legacy of Tinubu. And if he's not doing that, probably they will be busy taking people's lands. You've not heard the last of the coastal highway to nowhere. The one they hurriedly put together. It is now obvious that Tinubu was only planning to divert trillions of your money to their own private pockets. Because the real issue is this. If Tinubu genuinely want to build a coastal road, the first they will do is to start claiming back their coastal road from the water, not claiming people's lands, and going to the public and say we are paying compensation. Listen to this.
The project, as laudable as the project is described, which is expected to be a coastal line ab initio to transverse between Lagos, Ogun, Ondo State, down to Edo, Bayelsa, and routing to the end of Calabar, which is to advance our economic potentials and develop our road networks, which are infrastructural benefit for the citizen. Regrettably, there has been a missing link. The missing link is the fact that the government has not been extremely truthful in terms of the words of the Minister of Works. The project ab initio had an alignment right of way, which was initially an ab initio excised by laws of the land, especially laws of Lagos State, which are bound, and the citizens are bound by such laws at the same time. In view of the fact that looking at the historical antecedent of the shorelines from Babish downward to Ekpe and all the other axes, there has been a lot of incremental ocean surge, which has eaten deep to over 300 meters of the preserved line that could have even given the benefit for the project. But the government did not just want to take the bull by the horn by reclamation, which ought to be their first line of duty, not demolition. The demolition exercise is a minus because it's prone the project to nosedive ab initio from the outset, because the project ought to be ruled with fanfare and acceptability. But when the government started with the demolition, picking up names and picking holes and name calling, and this must slight the entire benefit and goodwill that the project ought to have given. Most importantly, the EIA, the Economic Impact Assessment, that could have formed part of the opinion at the town hall meetings was not there. It was just like one-size-fits-all opinion that, oh, we are already grandstand to take a position. If you like, go to death or be alive. It's a do-or-die thing that the people must accept, which is not democratic in nature. And that's why I've called on the president, via the open letter to the president, that this project ought to be cautiously looked at. This project, for the fact that the project, to me, there are a lot of prerequisites as a lawyer that needs to have been achieved before today, and that is tender. if this project has followed the due process of public tender, the citizens ought to have been aware that, oh, there will be demolition, not that we just got the awareness through the resolution of the FEC, and from the resolution of the FEC, we got the realignment notice, and people wake up to see that their building, which they had C of O, will be going down without due process. And government just announcing 2.7 billion. One of about 2-3 of the properties in that axis that will be demolished is worth over 5 billion. Then if the areas the government is reserved as shanties, these are real villages, ancient towns, and villages and corridors whereby people are abode. So no one should be unjustifiably denied of their right. And that is why we believe that this is our right as citizens. And the Yoruba Council Worldwide preserve that notion that it will serve as a taint. We've had the experience of government taking over community land for other benefit and other interests, and that is the Maracor experience, and other experiences are there. In order to avoid this is a huge pitfall, because on the government alignment, there have been a lot of documents that are preserved, presumably focused and being showed that there has been an alignment preserved in the Surveyor General's office since year 2006, and that document is still alive. If government ought to do anything, and federal government claiming 250 meters into whatever land that belongs to them is unjustifiably, it's an injustice. That is unlawful. It is not necessarily becoming, maybe because of the 250 meters claim, and I've raised it in my opinion.
Okay.
That the 250